By the Bucks in 2013, Giannis has gained quite the resume, winning a title, Finals MVP, regular season MVP twice. So Giannis took to Twitter to have some fun answering fan questions. He said his favorite city to play in on the road is New York, and Florida cities make him the most happy to visit. Okay, Marcus, I'll start with you. I co-sign on this. My favorite place to work is New York because you're all here, and Florida cities also make me the happiest. So I'm with him. Are these tweets something or nothing?
I would say nothing. As a player, the Garden in New York always was my favorite place to play. Like the energy you get when playing in New York and playing in the Garden is just literally unmatched, right? And being a guy that's in Milwaukee, when I'm talking about Giannis, when you get to Florida and you get off, you get off the plane and it's sunny and you're like, man, I can see myself here. Which begs the question. I feel like Miami is the spot.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a spot.
Reading deeply into this answer, ask me anything.
No, nothing bad. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, go ahead.
We know you are a big fan of Florida. I also think this is nothing. I think when you talk to most NBA players, the three cities they mention, New York, Miami, and LA, especially to Marcus's point, if you're coming from a small market. And I just think this was engaging. Now, I am fully aware that Giannis was probably smirked when he was answering these questions and was like, this is going to get him going. Because, yeah, it is. But I also think if there is any truth to New York, I don't know what the Knicks' flexibility is. They obviously are on an incredible run this year. But I think you got to look at Brooklyn as, like, a piece of this conversation. Now, I don't know how quickly they would be prepared to win, and I think winning is a big piece of whatever Giannis is going to do next. But if he can get on board with the timeline.
Yeah. The Heat need a superstar, too. Stephen A.?
Both of you are wrong.
Oh.
You're wrong.
Oh.
This is something, and let me tell you why it's something. Because if you talk to members of the New York Knicks, they certainly believe they have a possibility. And they believe they have a possibility for one reason and one reason alone. They think it's possible that Giannis will say he wants to be in New York. That's why. Because when you have a superstar of his magnitude, obviously, even though he has 2 years left on his deal plus a player option, if he makes it clear that he doesn't want to be a part of an organization, that's not a location you're going to move him to. And because that's the reality, you'll probably need a third team if it were to happen. Because of the numbers involved and the players that the New York Knicks would give up wouldn't be enough, because what players would be enough for Giannis? But in the end, if this superstar, and he is a superstar, if this brother says, I want to be traded to the New York Knicks, and he tells Milwaukee that, and Milwaukee gets on the phone and tries to work out a deal with the New York Knicks, it most certainly could be done under those circumstances. Those are the only circumstances it could happen. It can't be where they competing against a bunch of people. No, it has to be Giannis like, I want to go there. And they believe it's possible he may say that.
What about the
So
Heat?
to me, it leaves it open. Well,
what
of
about
course,
the Nets?
The Heat is,
are those possible?
Well, not the Nets. The Nets.
Why?
I got to disagree, right? I think the Nets can possibly be there.
Giannis says it.
But I don't. No, it's not Giannis.
That's what I'm talking about. What Giannis gonna say? If Giannis coming to New York, he ain't going to Brooklyn.
So is Milwaukee. What if they don't want the assets that New York coming up with? What if they want to blow it up and start it all over? Brooklyn has
everything is predicated, Marcus, on Giannis saying where he wants to go. That's what I'm saying.
So you think wherever he says he wants to go, that they're going to send him wherever, no matter what the package is.
He should go to New York or Florida.
I don't think they just go.
I'm not saying they don't get what the package is.
He should go where it makes him
happy. They got to make sure they get an equitable package.
Hey, I got to ask you this question. So if y'all get to the finals, no, just say if New York win the finals and Giannis say, I want to go to New York, are you changing that team and getting Giannis?
Good question, Marcus.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I would too.
Apologies.
I just wanted to see what you were going to say.
My apologies
you were good with your
to anybody. My apologies outside of Jalen Brunson. My apologies to every player, every assistant, every manager, every equipment manager, the custodial workers, the security guard and security is always good to me. I love them. I love all them brothers. Damn it, I'd give up myself for Giannis to be in New York if it mattered. I mean, I don't give a damn what it is. Giannis.
So it's not about championships.
Giannis in New York.
So is it about championships or is it about Giannis?
July?
No. I'm saying to you, Giannis will come and win one.
We need June to happen.
Joe, you kind of we discussed that. So tell me what you're thinking, Joe. This meeting, I'm sure you probably had meetings. You went, at Phoenix. You ended up from Phoenix, go to Atlanta. Atlanta, you go to the Nets. So what's going to take place in a meeting of this magnitude?
Man, Giannis probably is going to, I would say he's probably going to voice, obviously, how he feels, and he's going to ask the direction of this team and where we trying to go. Or like, how can we get better? And if it's nothing that appeases him, yeah, I can see him asking for a trade. And I've said it all along, and I know people going to get Nico a lot of flack, but I say you got to package that Cooper flag, that number one pick, and go get Giannis, man. Listen, I'm saying that because, Ocho, listen, hear me out.
I got you. Go ahead.
As a rookie, I think he's going to be a pretty good player in this league. But as a rookie, I just can't see him really helping the Mavericks compete for a championship. You go get Giannis, man, please. You're going to be, it's going to make the West a lot thicker, but Giannis and AD and Kyrie.
Because in his current situation, Ocho, situation, Dame is not going to be there until 2026.
Right.
That's if he's lucky. He probably take the whole year and not play next year and don't play till 26, 27.
Yeah.
So now Giannis by himself is not coming out of the East.
Nah.
And they don't really have pieces that they can go pair and get somebody to come along with Giannis. Because I don't know what the draft compensation looked like. They traded some things to get Dame.
Yeah.
So what you normally would have, you don't have anymore. So with that being said, I don't know what they can tell him that's going to assure him or make him rest comfortably to say, you know what, okay, now Boston, we can challenge Boston. We can challenge the Knicks. Yeah. We can challenge the Pacers. Really? You think you can? Clap the Cavaliers? I don't think the way the Milwaukee Bucks are currently constructed, I don't believe they're no better than the fifth best team in the East.
Right.
First round exit.
But hold on. Yep. But here, I got something else for you, right? Now, when we talk about where Giannis might go and some of the questions he was asked on Twitter, and this is what I really like about superstar players that actively engage with the fans, right? And this, obviously, liking the Packers, liking the Cowboys, and trying to put two and two together. So we can also take a question that was asked to Giannis. Out of all the cities you've ever been to, which city made you the happiest to be there, not counting your hometown? And Giannis said, Florida cities. Now, we can take that as well as another hint based on what I told you about my meeting with Mickey Arison, right? And Spoelstra and Pat Riley. Now, he answered and said, Florida cities. Now, he's not talking about